90,000 acres are burning right now just north of Reno, Nevada. The bug fire exploded by more than 17,000 acres in a single day. That is bigger than the entire island of Manhattan scorched in 24 hours. Nevada has just been raised to National Preparedness Level 5, the highest level this country has. 5 major wildfires are burning across the state right now, and one of them is out of control. This is everything you need to know about the Nevada wildfire crisis right now, today. Welcome back, everybody. Today is Friday, August 14th, 2026. I'm going to break down all 5 significant fires burning across Nevada, one by one. We'll cover what's driving this crisis, who is at risk, and what happens next. And there is a critical weather twist today that changes everything you think you know about this fire. Yesterday, the same region battling these catastrophic wildfires was also placed under a flash flood watch. Fire and flood at the same time in the same communities, that is how extreme this situation has become. Let's start with the big picture because the numbers alone tell a terrifying story. As of this morning's official report, 5 significant wildfires are burning across Nevada. Together, they have already burned well over 227,000 acres of land. That is more than 350 square miles gone, scorched, destroyed. The 2 most dangerous fires are both burning in Washoe County in northern Nevada. Washoe County is home to Reno and Sparks, the largest population centers in the entire state. And here is what makes this moment so dangerous. Fire behavior right now is extreme. Meteorologists are tracking something called the Energy Release Component, or ERC. Think of the ERC as a fuel dryness index. The higher it climbs, the more explosive a fire can become. Right now in northern Nevada, that ERC has spiked above the 97th percentile. That means the fuels on the ground are drier than 97% of every recorded day in state history. Now combine that with humidity crashing into the single digits and gusty afternoon winds on top of it. That combination is exactly what is fueling this explosion of fire behavior across Nevada. Let's go fire by fire, starting with the most dangerous one burning in America right now. The bug fire is the most dangerous active wildfire in the entire state of Nevada. According to this morning's National Interagency Fire Center report, it has burned 88,422 acres. And here is what should alarm you. It grew by 17,665 acres in a single day. That single-day growth rate ranks among the largest of any wildfire burning anywhere in the United States right now. The bug fire ignited on August 8th, just 6 days ago near Cold Springs, Nevada. Started along U.S. Route 395, right near the California-Nevada state line in Lassen County, California. Driven by strong winds and critically dry vegetation, it exploded outward almost immediately, tore through Sierra County and crossed the state line into Washoe County, Nevada. Then it merged with the Fred Mountain Fire and kept running east toward Winnemucca Ranch Road. The single fire is now burning across 4 counties at once, Washoe in Nevada, plus Lassen and Sierra in California. So what is fueling it? Sagebrush, dry grass, and pockets of pinon and juniper forest. Those pinon and juniper pockets are critical. They act like torches, throwing embers far ahead of the main fire. Fire managers call that spotting. Embers land far ahead of the flames and ignite brand new fires on their own. This morning's official NIFC report describes the bug fire's behavior in blunt terms: active with wind-driven runs. 591 personnel are on the ground battling this fire right now. Fire crews have deployed 9 crews, 43 engines, and 8 helicopters to this single incident. Total suppression costs have already climbed past $6.8 million, according to NIFC data. Containment as of this morning stands at just 31%. Fire managers are targeting August 21st for full containment. That leaves 7 more days of active, dangerous firefighting, and a lot can go wrong in 7 days. Now let's talk about who this fire is actually threatening, because these are real communities and real people. Approximately 1,800 residential structures are directly threatened by the bug fire as of this morning. Official reports indicate between 5,000 and 6,000 residents have already been evacuated from their homes. Level 3, go now evacuation orders remain in effect across the fire zone. Go now means exactly what it says. Leave immediately. Do not wait. Do not pack. Just go. Level 2 set. Warnings are also active for residents just outside the most dangerous zone. Those residents need bags packed and cars loaded, ready to move at a moment's notice. Communities directly affected include Cold Springs, Lemon Valley, Palomino Valley, and Antelope Valley. Also under threat, Rancho Haven, Silver Knolls, Canyon Hills, and the areas along Winnemucca Ranch Road. Evacuation warnings have also extended into Lassen and Plumas counties in California, hitting Chilkoot and Vinton directly. The Evelyn Mount Community Center at 1301 Valley Road in Reno is the official evacuation shelter. Washoe County Regional Animal Services is taking in small animals at 2825 Longley Lane in Reno. For horses, goats, and pigs, the Reno Sparks Livestock Event Center is the designated facility. That center already has more than 300 animals in its care and counting. The fire has also knocked out power to up to 6,400 NV Energy customers in the affected area. Washoe County School District closed 8 schools on August 10th, then 9 schools on both the 11th and 12th. 1 firefighter and 1 civilian were injured battling this fire. The good news, both have since been released from the hospital. Governor Joe Lombardo has declared a state of emergency for Washoe County and the Reno Sparks Indian Colony. That declaration unlocks state resources and fast-tracks mutual aid from neighboring states and federal agencies. As for the cause, investigators believe the bug fire was human-caused, though the investigation remains ongoing. Now let's move to the second major fire tearing through Washoe County, the Stallion Fire. This fire ignited on August 10th, just 4 days ago, and it is already massive. As of this morning's NIFC report, the Stallion Fire has burned 40,689 acres. It grew by nearly 7,000 acres in a single day, a deeply alarming rate of spread. Containment as of this morning stands at 44%, with a target date of August 31st. The Stallion Fire is burning south of Pyramid Lake, near the Pyramid Lake Paiute Reservation. Has spread along State Routes 445 and 446, and both roads are now closed. Pyramid Lake itself has been closed to the public. The communities of Nixon, Sutcliffe, and Wadsworth all sit inside the impact zone. This fire is burning through grass and brush, and it is showing active wind-driven fire behavior. 322 personnel are fighting the Stallion Fire this morning, up 122 from the day before. That massive jump in personnel signals emergency resource mobilization is happening right now in real time. FEMA approved a fire management assistance grant for the Stallion Fire earlier this week. That federal grant covers up to 75% of eligible firefighting costs, critical relief for the county. At the time of that FEMA request, the fire was threatening approximately 700 homes. Mandatory evacuations were ordered for around 2,600 people in the immediate danger zone. Here is some rare positive news. Nearly 3,000 previously evacuated residents have been cleared to return home. But fire managers are warning that evacuation zones remain fluid and can expand again without notice. Both the Bug Fire and the Stallion Fire are now under one unified command, Southwest Complex Incident Management Team 1. One team managing both fires allows for better coordination of shared resources across the region. Crews are building containment lines along the northern, eastern, and southern flanks of the Bug Fire complex. Engine crews are moving through threatened neighborhoods, assessing homes and clearing defensible space where they can. The Nevada National Guard and military police have been deployed on the ground to support firefighting operations. Additional resources have been pulled in from Las Vegas, from California, and from federal agencies nationwide. 8 helicopters are working the Bug Fire, running aerial retardant drops and coordinated water bucket runs. Ground crews are also using controlled burns, firing operations designed to strip fuel from ahead of the main fire. But here's the critical context nobody is talking about enough. The national firefighting system is stretched dangerously thin. 93 large fires are burning uncontained across the United States right now, according to this morning's NIFC report. Nearly 30,000 personnel are deployed nationwide, a massive operational commitment stretched across every region. The Pacific Northwest alone has 45 uncontained large fires competing for that exact same national resource pool. Fire managers in Nevada have openly acknowledged this resource strain in their official briefings this week. Now let's move to the other 3 fires burning in Nevada, which are thankfully in much better shape. The Mouse Meadow Fire is burning in Nye County, 35 miles southwest of Rachel, Nevada. This fire has burned 52,000 acres and is now 80% contained, according to NIFC data. It is being managed by the Department of Defense, burning on and near Nellis Air Force Base land. Fire behavior here is now minimal, described as just creeping and smoldering. Full containment is targeted for August 20th. The Ward Fire is burning 6 miles south of Ely in White Pine County in eastern Nevada, has burned 8,683 acres and sits at 95% contained this morning. 99 personnel remain assigned, though resources are now being drawn down. Containment is targeted for August 17th. One striking note, the Ward Fire has already cost $14.1 million, extremely high for its size. That reflects the brutal terrain of the Humboldt-Toyabe National Forest, steep, remote, and punishing to work in. And the New Pass Fire is fully contained 100% as of this morning's report. It burned 37,899 acres in Churchill County before crews brought it under control. Unfortunately, 26 structures were lost to the New Pass Fire at a total cost of $10.7 million. 114 personnel remain on scene for mop-up operations before full demobilization can happen. Now let's talk weather, because this is absolutely critical to understanding where these fires go next. The National Weather Service office in Reno issued an area forecast discussion yesterday, August 13th. I want to pull directly from that official NWS discussion so you get accurate, sourced information. According to NWS Reno, yesterday's thunderstorms carried real threats, flash flooding, lightning, and outflow winds gusting up to 50 miles per hour. Those 50-mile-per-hour outflow winds can completely change a fire's direction in a matter of minutes. A flash flood watch was in effect for the greater Reno area through 9 p.m. last evening. That watch has technically expired, but the danger from burned terrain does not simply disappear when a watch ends. Here is the mechanism. When heavy rain falls on burned land that has lost its vegetation cover, the soil cannot absorb the water. Instead, it turns into fast-moving runoff loaded with ash, mud, rocks, and debris, known as a debris flow. These debris flows can move faster than a person can run, and they are genuinely life-threatening. This risk does not fade quickly. It can persist for months after a fire, long after the flames are gone. Looking at today's forecast, NWS Reno says conditions are drying out compared to yesterday. Shower and thunderstorm chances have dropped to 15 to 30% today, mainly south of Interstate 80 and into the eastern Sierra. After today, NWS Reno is forecasting drier conditions through at least Monday, with no significant rain expected. Afternoon westerly breezes up to 25 miles per hour will continue, and that is more than enough to influence fire behavior. Temperatures in Reno are forecast to reach near 102 degrees Fahrenheit today before a gradual cooling trend begins. NWS also warns that frequent lightning could spark brand new fires, and outflow winds can rapidly shift fire direction without warning. Now let's zoom out to the bigger atmospheric picture driving this entire crisis across the state. Every single county in Nevada is currently under some level of drought. The U.S. Drought Monitor confirmed that reality before fire season even began, and conditions have not meaningfully improved since. Snowpack across the region was extremely low heading into spring, leaving essentially no moisture buffer for summer. Relative humidity in northern Nevada has been crashing into the single digits during afternoon hours this week. When relative humidity falls below 10%, fire spreads rapidly and suppression becomes extremely difficult. That energy release component above the 97th percentile is the hard scientific confirmation of what firefighters are seeing on the ground. The fuels across the Nevada landscape right now are historically dry for this time of year. That is simply a fact. Now let's look ahead at the extended outlook for the Nevada fire situation over the coming days. For the bug fire, containment is targeted by Thursday, August 21st, but that timeline could easily change. A fire that grew 17,000 acres in a single day can rewrite its own timeline overnight. For the Stallion Fire, containment is targeted for August 31st, more than 2 weeks of continued active firefighting. Over the medium term, the next 7 to 14 days, some monsoon moisture may push into the region. But forecasters are clear that moisture will not be enough to end the fire danger across Nevada. Drought conditions are forecast to persist through the end of fire season, all the way into October. Nevada now has statewide fire restrictions in effect on all public lands through October 31st. No campfires, no fireworks, no pyrotechnics anywhere on Nevada public land, and this is a legally enforceable order. And I want to give you the broader national picture because this is not just a Nevada story. According to NIFC, firefighters have now responded to 46,636 wildfires in 2026 alone. Those fires have burned over 6.4 million acres, 154% of the 10-year average. Oregon currently has 23 large fires burning, Washington State has 19, and Idaho has 9. The Pacific Northwest has seen devastating losses, over 700 structures destroyed near Spokane this month alone. To support the fight, 2 C-130 MFS air tankers from the Air Force Reserve are staged at Klamath Falls, Oregon. 2 more MFF C-130s from the California Air National Guard are staged at Redding, California. The 15-person firefighting team from Australia and New Zealand is now deployed in the Pacific Northwest. And 240 U.S. Army soldiers are supporting wildland fire operations in Washington state right now. This is a full national mobilization. The United States is fighting a genuine wildfire crisis this summer. Now, let me bring it back to what matters most for anyone watching from the Nevada area right now. If you are under a level 3, go now. Evacuation order, leave immediately, do not hesitate. If you are under a level 2, set warning, keep your bags packed and your car loaded, ready to move. Monitor the Washoe County Sheriff's Office and check perimetermap.com/Washoe for the latest evacuation maps. For California evacuation zones in Lassen, Sierra, and Plumas counties, check those county sheriff offices directly. If you have large animals, horses, or livestock, contact Washoe County at 311 for evacuation assistance. For wildfire smoke, stay indoors when possible, run an air purifier, and wear an N95 or KN95 mask outdoors. Monitor air quality in real time at fire.airnow.gov. That site tracks smoke from every active fire. If you are in or near a burned area and rain arrives, stay alert and never cross a flooded roadway. Debris flows from burned hillsides can happen fast, and flooding can persist even after the storm itself has ended. This is a developing, fast-moving situation, and numbers in evacuation zones are being updated multiple times a day. Always verify current evacuation status with official sources. The Washoe County Sheriff's Office is the authority on the ground. I will be updating you every single day as long as these fires remain active and threatening communities. If this video helped you stay informed, hit like and subscribe to the channel right now. Turn on notifications so you never miss an update, especially during a fast-moving crisis like this one. Thoughts are with the firefighters on the ground, the families displaced, and every community affected by these fires. All data in this video comes from NIFC, NWS, Reno, CAL FIRE, and official local sources. Stay safe out there, Nevada. I'll see you in the next one.